Hi everyone, I'm Aniket. I'm a senior fellow at the Columbia Center for Sustainable Investing, and as Artemis said, I've spent the past 10 or 11 years of my life trying to figure out how it is that we move the world's financial resources into sustainable development. So it's a real pleasure to be with all of you today and to have a discussion around one of the potential instruments of doing so, which is what Tom and his team have built. You know, Tom referenced Victor Hugo. I'm going to reference Charles Dickens, because I think that the opening lines of A Tale of Two Cities actually is the best explanation for where we are today. We all know the first sentence: it was the best of times and it was the worst of times, but it continues. It was the age of wisdom, it was the age of foolishness. It was the epic of belief, it was the epic of incredulity. It was the season of light, it was the season of darkness. We had everything before us, we had nothing before us. We were all going direct to heaven, we were all going direct the other way, and on and on. And this is not just a philosophical description of where we are in terms of humanity's fate on the planet, but let's bring it down into the work that we all do, that many of us do, which is in the financial industry and getting over 100 to 150 trillion dollars of investable capital to care about sustainable investing. It is truly the best of times because this is now a topic. 10 years ago, you would be laughed out of an office of most major investment firms if you tried to bring up climate change, if you tried to bring up 2 degrees Celsius, if you tried to bring up stranded assets. And we should all be very optimistic and happy about the fact that this is now a topic. It is undeniable. It's a one-way street, no one else, we're not going back, which is great. But the reasons to be skeptical as well. The reasons to be skeptical are that we have had a lot of efforts over the last 10 years. Nothing has broken through. We have a lot of ESG integration with large asset managers. Doesn't really matter for the real economy. We have a lot of activity, but we haven't moved the dial. And so what I think we need is we need a breakthrough. We actually need a breakthrough in terms of how different parts of the financial industry engage on this topic. And one of the reasons that I've been very excited to work with Tom and Mark and Pooja and Lori and the whole team, who I'll introduce in a second, is because this could be one of those breakthroughs. This could be actually a new way of looking at the science and the technology of this topic to find a better way to invest in a way that's aligned with our needs for sustainable development. So we have a wonderful session. Today we're going to spend around 45 minutes hearing many different voices. We're going to hear first how intelligent works. We're going to have to understand a little bit of science and a little bit of math. And Dr. Mark Labovitz, who is the Director of Computational Strategy, and Dr. Pooja Khosla will guide us through that. We are then going to have a session with 5 practitioners who actually are using intelligent and contributing to the collective efforts of this product. Adam Phillips, the Director of Sustainable Investing at the UN Joint Staff Pension Fund. Nathan Bienvenu, the Head of Cross Assets Pricing and Product Development at SocGen. Greg Escambati, the Managing Director and Head of ESG of S Network. And Brian Lenker, who is a Vice President and Director of Content at FactSet. And then we will end this session with Drew Jones, the founder of Climate Interactive. So we're going to understand where this comes from first, how it's being used, and then we'll end with some drinks and some merriment. So with that, it's a great pleasure to introduce Dr. Mark Labovitz and Dr. Pooja Khosla. I understand it's actually Dr. Mark Labovitz, but we'll stay with one. And please tell us what this is all about.